It has been a while, but I'm glad to be back. Here, I'm standing by the cows. We've gotten some snow and it has been colder the last days, which is nice. The streets were horribly soft and muddy, so we're glad that at least for as long as it's cold, they're gonna be better. I don't want to talk about the cows today, but I want to give you an update on the Rollaway nesting boxes. Some observation, a bunch of you guys have been waiting for that. I'm gonna talk about my new business, the Hatchery business, that is going very, very well, and I've already done some investments again. And then show you some modifications that I'm gonna go do to the old cow stable to make it ready for all the orders that have come. I need to be able to raise the chickens there, so I'm gonna show you that and give you an update. Okay, so here I am by the Rollaway nesting boxes. I've done a couple videos on that, one of building them, one of when I first installed them. Now I've been working with them for about a week and I'm super happy with them. There were some questions that I had when I was building them and had first installed them. One of them is that the angle on the bottom one, where I copied this design from Ridgedale Permaculture and they said 14 degrees and it just seemed like so much to me, so steep. So I did the bottom one 12 degrees, this one 10 and that one 8 degrees, and they all work. Even the 8 degree one, they roll away fine. On the 14 degree one on the bottom, they roll away. I've had a couple breaks, so even though it's 12 degrees there, less than they recommended Ridgedale, they still broke, so I don't know why they have it so steep. I'm not sure. If it works for them, that's fine. My shells are bigger than their shells because hybrids tend to have thinner shells, so I have very strong shells, but still they broke. Remember, I removed this foam here in the beginning. I put that back actually. The chickens in the beginning, when they were trying to get the eggs from the rollaway area where they're hidden, they were doing that so they could sit on them, their natural instinct. And if I built them again, I would make this area longer so they could roll away further, but they have stopped doing this. Another thing is that I closed up the roost the first couple nights, but then I forgot one night, and next morning I came and no chickens had been in there. It was all clean in there, so I thought, wow, maybe because of the angle and maybe because of those plastic mats, the chickens are not comfortable to sleep there at night. That would be awesome. That means I wouldn't have to close them up. But sure enough, after a couple days, they went in there and they started to make it really dirty. So you do have to close these nests up, like all other nests. And then, you have to just open them up in the morning. So the eggs are starting to get a little bit dirty. It's time for me to wash off these mats, either with a hose, if that doesn't work, with a power washer. Those are the Rollaway nesting boxes. I'm really happy with the design, and next time I'll probably build it out of this plywood, and it'll be even better. Let's talk about some other things, poultry-wise. I have tried for the past few years to have an egg production with non-hybrid layers, and the availability has been a nightmare. There's no hatchery to my knowledge in Sweden that sells heritage breed layers or chickens, and there's no hatchery to my knowledge that sells smaller amounts of chickens either. So we had to invest a lot of money in buying material, breeding material. Both we started in Sweden, but we didn't find good material, so we went to Germany to breeders that directly received breast chickens from France, and we imported, and it has taken a couple years for us to really get to know the breed, get to know the birds, see all the benefits. And now last year, where the goal was to produce eggs and sell to the customer, we found that we were earning more money by selling hatching eggs. There was a demand, and there was even people wanting live chickens. So I said, okay, that's what I needed. It would have been so much easier for me as a farmer to start selling eggs and have a non-hybrid alternative had I had a hatchery where I could have bought these. And so we decided to give this a go. We decided to go more into the hatchery business. Some of you guys remember this. Some weeks or months ago we talked about this. So just about a week ago we started to make prices and price lists and all of that, and we have gone out, and the response has been absolutely overwhelming. We have received order after order, hatching eggs, day-old chicks, 3-week-old chicks, where we are able then to separate them, hens and roosters. We've had people order ready to harvest roosters even, which is awesome because 50% of what we hatch will be roosters. We've had a whole bunch of people order hens that are ready to lay, so about 16 weeks. And in fact, we have gotten so much that we didn't want to turn people down. We were trying to make this work. We're going to double our production, and we ordered another hatching machine that's supposed to arrive this week. So we are trying to hatch more and sell more and meet demand. And this is very exciting if this continues to grow like this. Obviously, we put the word out there, and there's going to be a lot of orders at first. But if this, even if it keeps going at 5% of what we have been receiving, or 10% of the amount of orders that have come in over the year, this will be a good business model for us, and it will enable us to raise pullets for ourselves. And the next step then will be, if this pays enough money, that we will be able to build a butcher shop so we can process and earn more money on the roosters as well. People are loving it. People are loving the alternative to hybrids. People are loving and encouraging us. They're loving it and encouraging us to do this, because there is nobody out there who has had the guts, the courage to stand up and say, okay, we want to offer high quality non-hybrid layers. And this is really exciting that we have found this now and are able to help people like that, and at the same time we have we can make it work financially for us. It seems like the first time we're actually able to have a profitable business, which is important. Nobody will get rich doing this, but it needs to be profitable. So behind me here you see the cow stable, and we now we have some chickens in there, but it's absolute chaos in there. A year ago or a year and a half ago, I just put a real quick temporary chicken coop there with chicken wire this high, and it worked fine for raising young pullets in there. But now I put these layers in there, and man, they just fly over it. They've been all throughout the stable. They have pooped on everything. They have turned the whole stable upside down. It looks horrible in there. And with all the orders that have come in, I need to have more space. I need to have this more organized. So I'm going to go in there in these next weeks, and I'm going to just turn this former cow stable, where we used to have cows even a few years ago, still winter time. I'm going to turn all of that into a brooder house and hatchery and all of that, where I can raise them. And some people want to buy day-old chicks, some 3 weeks old, some 16 weeks old. So you're going to see some of that on camera soon. Hi, Ellie.
Papa, we need a bug for the sled.
You want to go sledding?
Yeah, but.
But I don't know where it is. Did you ask Victoria?
Oh, Victoria's going on a walk.
She's going on a walk. Then you have to wait till she comes back. I don't know where they are, honey. Okay? I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I don't think it's there.
Yes, it is.
I don't think so.
Yes, it is.
Okay, wait a moment. Kids are excited about snow. Anyway, so that's what you're going to see. I'm going to turn that into a stable, and I'm really excited to share that stuff with you, because over the years we have gathered a lot of experience on the best kind of little tips and tricks to make a chicken coop just work. They're just little details that will be the difference between it being fun and easy. You know, if you're on your way to church or whatever and you have your Sunday suit on and you forget, oh, I haven't fed the chickens, you want to be able to get in there and feed it without getting all messy and having to climb over the fence or through the chickens or whatever. And there's just lots of little details that make your day-to-day life easier. Really excited to have you guys be a part of that, how I'm going to design this and plan it and do all of this. So in a couple days we're going to start hatching, and we're going to be hatching, and then there's going to be some other exciting stuff coming as well with the cows. Just stay tuned for all of this, and hope you have a good start of the week. See you in the next video. Bye bye.